Dorf, why did the light go out around my touchpad? Dorf? 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 Malt liquor. Tastes like freedom. All right, I'll be addressing the YouTube drinking community. I haven't done that in a whole long time, because the last time I told the YouTube drinking community how I thought things should be done, everyone did it. So this is really kind of a thank you. Thanks for doing what I tell you to do, because I am the boss of you. Keep that in mind, folks. Keep that in mind. All right, so more specifically, I'd like to congratulate the YouTube drinking community and commemorate its birth. Its birth with the 40-ounce forum folks, the Satan and 165 and the rest of the crew who used drinking as a form of social networking. Brilliant. And then along came the BDU. And the BDU was in full swing when the Earl arrived on the scene. I kind of felt like Steel Worldwide went and found me in the tubes, because he knew I could solve this. He knew I could break this ice, smash this this whole thing apart, and melt that down and form something else up. Trent thought I had that power, and he was mostly right, actually, mostly right. Malt liquor. So back then, lots of cats would just get on, start their drinking video, and they'd say, "What's up, crew? What's up, BDU crew?" And I'm watching this thinking like, well, I'm not part of your crew, and I feel excluded. You know, I felt some people gave me shout outs. It was very, very cool, but I'm like, well, thanks for the shout out, but I kind of felt like that's secondary to your little club. And people were doing asking for entry and stuff like that. People like Dorf, and they'd have to do an entry video. And get approved and accepted. And you know what I thought about that? I'll give you a minute to think about it. No, I won't. I thought it was bullshit. So I teamed up with the dark side of the Malters. I went to the dark side of the Malt and joined those folks, because this is the thing about, like, when being on the dark side, a lot of people think, oh wow, they're terrible, terrible people. No, man. The dark side, chaos. Any bad guy movie you could think of, vampires, zombies, any movie that has a demon in it, there's strict structure and rules. Evil follows the rule. You could trust evil way more than you could trust good. Good's tricky. Good's not afraid to hold something behind their back and like make a promise with their fingers crossed. Not if you're on the dark side of the Malt. You're the straight shooter then. So I teamed up with the dark riders of the Malt, and set out to start a whole new community, a community where nobody could be excluded, nobody really could be included. You either have to show up or you have to leave. Like, it's up to you to be a part of things. Anyone all around the world. And there's been a little bit of conflict with not following our plans. And first off, number one, follow the blueprint, folks. Follow the blueprint. And you know what? If you don't follow the blueprint, like I just told you to do it, like all the dark riders of the Malt have told you to do it, well, we don't give a fuck. Seems like it, though. Do a false staff time check. 7 minutes. Pitiful, you'd say. I'm doing the 10-minute can. 10 minute 24 ounces. And that's the great thing about our community. It's all inclusiveness. Because there's people that I feel that are part of the community that are just commenters. They don't even make videos. Reek Geeb, that jerk. There's people that become icons in our community, like Rugby, that don't make videos. Anybody could be a part of our community. No one could be ostracized. I mean, they could be run out on a rail, tarred and feathered, and thrown down a cliff, but that doesn't mean they're out. It probably means we love them, actually. Yeah, man. What else? And though about the birth of the YouTube drinking community, I'm grateful for those folks to get that kind of ball rolling. And I think that the birth, the chaotic birth of our community, just goes to show you how things evolve, and evolve for the better. Anything else to say? I don't think so, man. I think that was it. We'll listen to a little more of this Hell's Bells. It's a cover band, of course, called Covered in Black. Rugby, Covered in Black. I will say, though, that this is ice freaking cold. It's making my throat close. The ice cold nature of this malt is messing me up, just like having door fork on your airplanes likely to make it crash later. Don't tell no lies.